Subnautica 2 is finally here, and after 30 hours of my life put into it, I feel I can give you a good snapshot review of what it offers in its current early access state. Right away, Subnautica 2 does feel familiar, and looking at a lot of the other reviews, there is a lot of comments like more of the same but better, and that's probably fair. If you played Subnautica, this is going to feel really familiar, but there is a bit of a split. Some do say it feels more like Below Zero, but version 2 of that. Now, if you didn't know, Below Zero was the standalone sequel to the original Subnautica game. All that said, the ocean is the absolute star. It is airy, beautiful, feels so alive and full of noise. My first splashes around, I was terrified. Needlessly, as it turns out, because in the starter area, it's pretty tame. But those sounds, the panic it caused in me, for a short time, it was real enough. And then there's the introduction sequence. I absolutely love that. The crashes of your pod as it's trying to escape the depths. Just when you think it should be slowing, it then smashes into something else. You think it's going to get smashed to pieces, and then it says,
Collision, obstructions detected, increasing thrusters.
And the rest is history. Absolutely brilliant. But the world, of course, isn't finished. Biomes for me don't flow naturally and visibly leans into heavier, darker, foggier look quite quickly. If you love the big open ocean wonder of the original, you may miss a little bit of that here. You do get it, but the lovely, welcoming ocean feels limited before it turns dark. It feels a little bit congested, especially when you get a tadpole. That's one of your submersibles, and you can zip around it quite quickly. Gameplay, well, it's well balanced for early access. The scavenging, the crafting, and getting the materials, that all feels right as far as I was concerned. It wasn't much of a grind, it was fun, and that was impressively solid. But, and it's a big but for me, the game holds your hand way more than Subnautica ever did. The objectives are really spoon-fed. Resources are conveniently placed, you get mobility upgrades quickly, and that means that one of the big things that I missed was that early player survival pressure to survive. It just doesn't last long. Within 2 hours you can have a handle on the game's dynamics, and survival is a breeze. There's no random dynamic that threatens you. It feels passive, it feels tame. I always want that threat to be just there hanging on the edges, and it just wasn't. You don't get that until you venture into the murkier areas. I always feel you should challenge the players at every stage of a game. That is the key to avoid making games feel babyish. Maybe that sounds a little bit worse than it should, but I think you get my point. Base building has more pieces, more options, but maybe feels like it's got less magic, I guess. It's functional, but it doesn't have that charm the first game nailed. Of course, that might come. Co-op is one of the biggest additions. I've not played it, but I've watched plenty of other people playing it. It looks like an absolute blast. The game's being set up well for co-op. Up to 4 players can explore, you can build, and I guess, I've seen the videos. When you go into the murkier depths as a group, you're going to freak out together, and it looks genuinely fun. The story is shaping up to be one of the strongest parts of the game. It's darker, stranger, and maybe more ambitious.
Cycle of digital reincarnation and debt slavery. So she'd rather have no future at all.
It has kind of corporate sci-fi themes and a planet that maybe is trying to mess with your mind, and I always like that sort of stuff. Let's be real, it is early access. The map has literal unfinished borders, and some systems do feel like placeholders. And bugs, well, yeah, there's a few. I came across them, but they were pretty trivial, really. But despite that, Steam reviews are very positive last I looked, and that was from 63,000 gamer reviews, and the game has sold over 1 million copies in the first 24 hours of its release, so the foundation is very strong, and they pulled in some good coin for this. Good on them. Subnautica 2 Early Access is definitely a damn solid early access game. You will enjoy it. I did. Don't watch any guides or tutorials, and the surprises and the murkiness will be refreshing and fun, but the game is limited right now. It is early access. I played for 30 hours and did most of it, and I was playing at a moderate pace. It is definitely a promising game. It's atmospheric. It's a damn good sequel, I guess you could call that. It just needs a little bit more time to evolve before it becomes that, really fleshed out good game, but it's certainly looking like it's going the right direction for that. If you enjoyed this rapid fire review, you had a like, drop a comment, do whatever you want, to be honest. And yeah, I do it for a lot of game reviews, so see you in the next chapter.